I love this intro, by the way. Guys,
that's so cool.
Prime Day.
Prime Day.
Prime Day. We're so excited. GoveeLife is also excited. They've got so many really cool deals today and amazing products that we've been playing around with for the past few weeks, few months, some few years, let's be honest, because GoveeLife has been around and we're huge fans. But let's talk about who we are first.
My name is Michelle.
And I am Seb.
And we are from Goman Planet. We are a Canadian couple living in the Caribbean, and we love doing live streaming, and we love collaborating with awesome brands like GoveeLife. And as Seb said, we have so many fantastic products to talk to you about today. We are actually going to we have them in front of us. We're going to do some live demos. We're also going to just show you some like B-roll of our videos of things that we've tested in the past.
Actually, we're not going to do the B-rolls because we have all the stuff here. So I want to make this as demo friendly and as live as we can because it's Prime Day. Usually we do a lot of B-roll, and you're right.
That's right.
But it's Prime Day, so it's a little bit special.
Okay, so Seb's got it all under control.
I hope.
And the chat is open.
Absolutely.
We are live, so if you have any questions, feel free. If you just want to say hi, what's up? Obviously, we love to chit chat as well. But of course, if you do have any questions about any of the products, please feel free to just put them down in the chat, and we will answer them as best as we can.
And if you're watching us on another platform as well, please go and click on that link in the description because it will bring you straight to GoveeLife's stream, which is this one right here. And you'll be able to not only follow GoveeLife, but like Michelle said, put some comments, some questions, whatever into the chat. Make sure you unmute. Yeah, let's have a great stream.
Awesome. All right, so up first.
Let's do it.
We have our fan here.
Yes.
I am a huge fan.
Are you a huge fan?
I am a huge fan of these tower fans. These are so fantastic. We actually keep this one in our living room, so we've had it for a couple of weeks now, and I love everything about it. I love the sleek design. I know Seb's kind of like, I'm more in focus right here.
I'm trying. Look at this design though. Like it's slim. I like that about it.
It's not like super heavy. It's not bulky. It is easy to like move around, so we do have ours just kind of standing in the living room. But of course, the other thing on our list, actually Prime Day, look at this deal right now. It is 34% off right now.
So I also want to just mention, and this is important, this one here is the 36-inch fan. So GoveeLife has two different fans right now that are on Prime Day special. The 42, like the one that is being featured on the carousel, and the 36. They're essentially the same type of design. Obviously the 46, or the 42 I should say, is a little bit taller, will reach out a little bit more, and has a little bit more power as well as far as speed goes for wind. But everything else is the same.
Yeah, as you can see, like if you're looking at it on the product page and this one here, they both have that beautiful sleek design. Yeah. And one of our favorite things about GoveeLife, definitely, I think we can both agree, is the app. Being able to control all these devices with the app is really fantastic. It makes it super easy, but of course not everyone is super techie. So I'm not super techie. I'm very thankful that I have married a very techie person. Seb is all about the tech life. So as soon as we get any product, if it has any kind of app, he just like can't wait to connect it and control it.
I'm going to show you the app right here, by the way. Check this out. So this is the app. Of course, I'm going to show you a couple of different products on it. Right now, as you can see, there it says Smart Tower Fan 2, which is the smart tower that we have right there. And I can literally turn it on and look at that. Quickly, boom, and it's in my back right now. On my back, really turned on. It is awesome. And yeah, everything is controllable. So I know the temperature, the speed of the fan. I can go into the different modes. Michelle, feel the cool.
As soon as you turn it on, you could just feel it. Like this is absolutely fantastic.
It's so nice.
It is super nice and strong. And the thing that I do love about it, like I hear it, but it is not overwhelmingly loud. So we have this in our living room where we're watching TV, and it is not overpowering in sound, which is really important to me for sure. And
I'm going to show you again what's really nice too with the app is, of course, I'm at 100% right now. I can bring it down and literally dial in exactly the type of strength that I want, which is really nice. I do have a sleep mode, a nature mode. The sleep mode basically makes it almost like silent, extremely silent. So for someone that is really, sensitive,
terrible sleeper,
sensitive to noises and lights, you can turn off the light, the top light, so the top kind of display can be turned off at night. You can also put it at an extreme quiet. So it will be extremely quiet, but it will still, you know, kind of transfer this the air inside of your bedroom. I think this thing is fantastic. Like Michelle said, we have it in our living room. It's perfect for smaller bedrooms as far as the 36. The 42 that is featured right now in the carousel is great for bigger, larger rooms. They're fantastic. We've got Alejandro here, Kitten Royally. And he said, or do voice control. Absolutely right. You can do voice control with these things. I'm telling you, GoveeLife is so techie in that sense. I love how they elevate everything. It's not just like press a button and do something. It's sure you can use the display on the button. Sure you can use your app, which is awesome. I love the app. Or you could, you know, connect it to your Alexa, your Google Assistant, do voice control. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I feel like I was in the middle of saying that, and then I completely lost track because I was blown away by literally the strength of the wind. But like, so someone who's not super techie, that is the nice thing about with their apps. It is so easy to connect. Like as soon as it just picks up its signal, it's like, do you want to connect it? You can rename them. It is really simple. But again, as Seb was saying, if you don't have that techie aspect and you can control everything just on the device itself.
But you're so right. I love the app is intelligent in the sense that it's able through Bluetooth to connect itself to the app and literally recognize any type. So you could have like 10 different GoveeLife products and click on the app and say, what's around me? And why are you smiling?
because the kid Alejandro picked up on my, I'm a fan of fans, and
you're completely blown away. Alejandro likes those little puns. Michelle's fantastic with these puns.
It's the teacher in me. I can't help it.
But what I was saying is if you have, and we do have all of these products here, you turn them on, and if you don't have them set up, of course I have them set up right now on my app, but if you didn't have them set up, it's literally a question of saying recognize, search around, and it will, I'm going to turn off the fan now because I'm getting really cold behind right there, but you can do that so easily. Recognize the devices around you and add them to your list of devices on the GoveeLife app. Love it. We also have a question from Doug and Nikki. Hello, by the way. Are we going to do a GoveeLife live stream also? We don't know. We are at the mercy of GoveeLife, and we'll see what they want us to do as well. But during this Prime, we are focused on these sort of appliances that we will be talking about. And I say appliances, yes, we've got ice makers and all that stuff. But we also have like cool little gadgets that I can't wait to talk to you about.
So many cool things.
Yeah.
So make sure you stick around. And so many good deals as well, which obviously I feel like we are all here for, because I definitely have one of these fans in my cart right now because, as I said, we have this one in the living room, but I always like to have the two tower fans to kind of create that cross breeze. So if you do have a larger space, because our whole like living room, dining room is all an open concept. So being able to have one on each corner just to kind of create that breeze is absolutely fantastic. So honestly, huge fan of these fans. So I don't even know what else I'm supposed to say.
I want to add something else as well with these fans, is that they also have smart thermostat and smart control, which basically you can set that up on the app or directly on the unit itself. But what it is that you could say, you know what, if it's at a certain temperature, go turbo mode, because I want you to make it so it will literally oscillate and control the temperature of your room, which I think is a really nice thing. It's not just a blind going fan. It is a smart fan, very smart fan.
Very smart fan. We're fans of the smart fans.
Fans of smart fans.
Fans of the smart fans. All right. So yeah, if you need a fan, highly recommend. 34% off. Do not miss out on this Prime Day
This is
deal.
what I had for the GoveeLife smart fan. See, I had this whole thing, but I'm just talking too much. I have to press on these buttons and push on these apps. So I will let Michelle do a little bit more talking now, so I can control some stuff.
Yeah, because I can't do any of the techie stuff. When I do it, I always push the wrong button. So good job for pushing the right button. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, what do we have next? I think next is probably one of my favorite things ever. Is it the ice machine?
Right there, yeah.
It is the ice machine. You guys, this is like the king of all kings of ice machines. We have it right here. I mean, we obviously live in the Caribbean. It is summertime. Even if you're somewhere wintertime, I don't know about you, but I enjoy a nice cold drink. I put ice in everything. So I am a huge fan of the countertop ice machines. And this one here is like the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
it's not, we've tried different brands.
Many.
We've tried a lot. What I love the most about this, of course, it's the smart aspects, the smart capabilities. And when I mean smart capabilities, it's that right now it's not making ice. It's full. I started it literally a couple of hours ago, and it just like filled up so quickly. It makes ice in minutes. You make your first 9 ice cubes in the first 6 minutes, of course, depending on the temperature, the ambient temperature. But what I love about this, and this is just the geek in me, you kind of see it here. See that red light? There's a red light. You can actually see it. It's a kind of red LED. This red LED, I programmed it. I basically said,
of course you did.
When it's full, show me a red like a red LED. When it's ready to go, maybe I scooped out some and I'll show you actually what it does. I'll scoop it out.
I brought a cup.
Okay, I brought this. So okay, great. Whoops.
We have to show them what the ice cubes look like. So I actually haven't seen the red light. This is something Seb just programmed.
And now, is the red light on? No, look at that,
no,
it's a blue light.
Seb. It's blue.
It's a blue light. So it tells me now, it started, I could hear the compressor go, and it started, and I've got a full glass of ice. I still have ice.
Still full.
Still full.
Like, that's great. This is a really big tank. That's one of the things I love about it, is like there's still quite a bit in there. I've got this full, I mean, I like to use a lot of ice, but that's quite excessive. That's a bit excessive. Yeah. And then you still have, again, your full, it's almost, the basket's still full on top of there.
Yeah.
So I do have a question for you. If it runs out of water.
I'm so glad you asked. If it runs out of water.
We didn't even practice that.
I programmed it to be a yellow light.
No, I
am not kidding.
Okay.
So if it runs out of water, I could be on the other side of the room in the kitchen and go, oh, look, I just saw the yellow light turn on, and I know that I need to add more water.
Awesome.
Really cool.
So we have, Cookbook Divas. Hello, Carrie. How are you? She says, happy Prime Day. Welcome. Hello from Seattle, Washington.
Awesome.
Nice
I love
to see
Seattle.
You.
I have to bring you to Seattle.
I haven't been.
I lived in Vancouver, so it was a 2-hour and a half drive.
Wasn't our cruise out of Seattle?
Oh, yeah, you have been.
Look at me. I'm like, I haven't been to Seattle. Yes,
remember, that's when you had like the best food. Oh, the best food.
We've been.
Best food.
So nice to see you, Carrie. Hope all is well. Hope Prime Day is treating you well.
Going through lots of ice because you're in the 80s over there. Yep.
Yes, definitely. If you lived in Vancouver, then you can deal with the rain. Yes, so much rain. Yeah. All about the rain.
No snow in Canada, in Vancouver, Canada, but it was literally 10 months of rain for sure. Yeah. So,
not for me.
To come back to this, yes, you've got all the controls at the top, which I think are great. So you've got, start, stop. The really nice thing with this is that you can actually select the type of ice cubes that you want. Small, medium, or large. So I started with large. These are the large ones. I was going to show a close-up. Michelle's too excited about the ice.
It's like, look at all this ice I have for my drink now. Oh.
So yeah, they are the.
Well, we could pick one out of here.
Yeah.
Look, lots of ice.
But show the hollowed centered, right?
So you got like the little nugget. Well, it's going to be all blurry,
yeah,
obviously.
Like that.
I know, I can't look. There we go. It's all blurry. It's dripping all over the place. But.
Oh, you put it in there. Good.
Here.
No, so what I was talking about is basically. It is kind of, that's why it's so quick. It's because it's this metal tube that falls into the middle of these, compartments that are filled with water. And then that tube is super, super cold. So that's why they're able to not have the whole machine be cold, essentially. It's not like a freezer, but it's a tube that's freezing the water around it. So it's super, super fast. It works extremely well. They're not oversized ice cubes, but they're perfect for drinks, perfect for just scoop, 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 and get ready for some more. And the basket is big enough. There's a lot of water that goes in it. What are we talking? 26 pounds of ice cubes being able to be made in 24 hours. So if you have a party, what we usually do with this ice machine is if we know we have a party at 5 p.m., starting at 12,
And
put some
just,
water and just continue it, and then grab the ice, put it in a cooler or whatever.
Or the cooler and just kind of like scoop it out. But it's just so nice to be able to have that, you know, fresh ice continuously being made.
And I'm going to go close up just so you guys can see the app once again. This is, look at that, it says making ice right now. So I know that it's making ice. I know how many ice cubes, how much is in the, how many, whoops, there we go. How many ice cubes I have in the basket, obviously. So I know that there's a lot of people talking. So I'm trying to do all this stuff at the same time, and I know you can't read all the way there. Used to have a cool IndyCar race in Vancouver. Doug and Nikki, believe it or not, kind of weird. I used to work the IndyCar race as a cameraman. So I was on the pit lanes filming.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, I told you, but you forgot.
They're going to be like, you never listened to me.
But yeah, I worked the pit lanes there.
And the bullet shape makes your drink colder faster. I did not know that.
I didn't know that. You know what? I guess it makes sense because the
like
liquid goes through
it, right? Yeah. Like it kind of sits in there and then eventually it kind of goes all the way through.
And then I used to race cars professionally, but after the race ended. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. So yeah, they do it. They have different categories of racing during that weekend. That's awesome that you did that. That's really cool. So, and Leah was just talking about the smart ice maker. Of course, 6 minutes per ice per ice tray. I think it's a great thing. And I know I'm going to be jumping ahead, but we have another ice maker coming up ahead in the carousel. And it's also very, very cool. The only difference is, well, one of the differences is that it doesn't have the RGB light. I like this one because it has that RGB light.
It's all about the light, obviously. Yeah. Can you program it to any color?
Yep.
Okay, so you just kind of so I like that. And then I know you kind of showed it, but did you verbally say that the scoop is on the side?
Can you?
You guys, this is probably one of my favorite features.
And that's not even techie, but look.
Look at that. So it's magnetic and it just hangs out on the side. I mean, it's better than putting the scoop in the basket because that takes up so much room.
And it's not super sanitary as well.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, that's the other thing. I was going to say, then you put it up on the top, and then that's where I was going to go with that. Not super sanitary. Yeah. So being able to just kind of stick it on the side of your machine, you always know where it is. That's definitely one of my favorite features.
Doug is absolutely, I'm assuming this is Doug out of Doug and Nikki. Absolutely right when he's saying, and I kind of like touched on that, this is not a refrigerating system. Meaning it's not a fridge, it's not a freezer. It will make ice, and the ice at the bottom of the tray will melt. Mm-hmm. And that water is going to continuously be making ice. So that's the whole idea, right? Obviously, if you're outside in the middle of summer, that thing is just going to make ice as quickly as it can as it melts away, obviously. But yes, good point, Doug. Absolutely.
Does not keep it at the bottom, is what you're saying. Yeah, definitely. But it's great, though, that water,
that
then
it
gets reused, right? It's not just sitting there and filling up and then melting the rest of the ice, because that would be terrible. Yep. So, and the most important part is the fact that it is 32% off on Prime Day. So normally $179.99. It is currently $121.83.
And you know what? Anyone that doesn't have a smart ice maker like this is truly missing out, because I don't think we all have like ice cubes in our freezers and all that, but man,
there it's going. It's just going like trickles.
You know, it's like our freezer. Oftentimes, whenever we have guests, our freezers can't keep up.
No,
you need an extra kind of unit that is solely doing ice cubes, and you'll never run out. That's what I love.
Yeah, for sure. Like, cause our freezer, one couple like full cups. Then it's out, and then it takes hours before it makes more. So this every 6 minutes is just continuous. Honestly, as Seb said, if you do not have one of these, highly, highly recommend.
Absolutely.
For sure. All right, up next, air purifier. I've got this one here in front of me. Let me try not to knock anything over while I bring it over.
Grab this.
Thanks. Seb's taking my ice cubes away. All right, we've got this air purifier. This is awesome. Again, love the beautiful, sleek design. Let me hold it up and show it to you. The fact that it is so powerful, but it is not massive, is definitely one of my favorite features about it. The fact that it can cover up to over 1,000 feet. This tiny little machine. Yeah, I was like, ooh. As you can hear, Seb did just turn it on, and he did it from the app because, of course, everything is in the app. It can be controlled through that. But again, if you are not techie like me, you can just control everything up here at the top. This is really great. We have a little French Bulldog, Walter, and having something like this is fantastic for pet hair. Of course, you know, when we are like cooking in the kitchen, so on and so forth, it is great to have an air purifier because our whole like house is just kind of open concept. So it is nice to have one of these. Really, really easy to use. You can also set it on a timer as well. We have your 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour as well.
And look at that. I don't, prop it up. And I don't know if you can see it. Turn on the night light. So there's also a night light that you can control. I can actually have a different scene. It's hard to show everything at the same time, but I can change not only colors, but have animated scenes throughout that RGB. And why would you want that? You can write it down. Why would you want that? Basically, if this is in a children's room, I think this is adorable. A lot of kids, I remember us, my brother and I would have like little night lights, like, you know, old school night lights. How cool is that? This is basically dual mode. It will be a HEPA filtration system for the room, but also a little night light at night, and you can have it on a timer. You can turn it off eventually. You can have all control, of course, all control on here. Another thing I love, and I tried it with both purifiers here, and it's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of fog. I'm a big fan of our smoke machine, and you know, usually just go a little bit of smoke like that, and it's fun.
I'm blocking it that way.
Yeah, so that smoke is there, and you know, we're having a bunch of fun. Like I have a bunch of fun with that. As soon as I started the smoke machine and I had one of these, it went from excellent air, and it tells you because it's got a sensor, and excellent air to alert, and then it starts working overtime to make sure that it basically takes care of whatever pollen, whatever smell, whatever is in, you know, is in the air, and takes care of it. And I love that. I think that's the most fantastic part of it. You have turbo mode. I'll put it on turbo mode just so. Turbo mode is turbo. Now it's moving the air inside this small room like crazy. I love that. And yeah, like I said, air gives you the air quality. Let me shut it off so we
get it's super loud, like right in my mic.
Now it's shut off. And the filter on the back, Michelle can show you, very easy to replace. Obviously, just
are these ones washable?
This thing here, you can take this off, the Velcro. You can wash
and
this.
You can wash that.
This inside the HEPA filter you replace, but the little mesh over it you can wash.
You just kind of wash that off, yeah.
Because the mesh is what keeps the pet hair.
Right.
That's a really cool
that's
thing.
What, it's going to keep that trapped in there, and then you just give it a rinse. I was asking that because
Doug and Nikki said, is the filter washable? Yeah. So the HEPA filter, not washable, but the mesh for pet hair and all the bigger components or the bigger composites are washable.
It is washable.
Yeah.
So,
there you go.
Perfect. And then Carrie is saying I might need one due to my stinky dog. Well, here's our stinky dog right down here. I don't know if you can see him.
There he is.
But there's Walter. He's stinky too, so having one of these is fantastic. And again, the price cannot go wrong right now.
That is a great
Normally $99.99 on Prime Day deal. It is 36% off, making this $63.64. Honestly,
and I don't know if we said that, but it does cover over 1,000 square foot room. That's not small. That's good.
No,
it's a really nice size.
I think I just find that so shocking because it is so tiny. It is super sleek. As you can see, it is heavy. I'm not super duper strong, even though I like to pretend I am. But like, you know, being able to carry this, move it around, you know, and being able to put it room to room. So if you do have this and you want it in a bedroom, but again, you know, as I said, maybe you're cooking or the air outside's not great. You've got, you know, in your living room area, easy to just pick up and move and then plug it in there. So it's kind of one of those just plug and go kind of things. Yeah, and as you said, you can kind of set the different ones, but then you also have the automatic mode.
Yes,
right?
And also, the other cool thing is, look at this, filter life. 100%. So it will tell you if the filter is not doing what it's supposed to. It'll say, you know what, you're at 10% is left. Okay, I know I need to reorder a filter. Great. At least that gives me that option, gives me that visualization and that planning ahead. I love that. And I also can chart all of these things that you're going to see today. You have charts for, and you're going to say, "Well, you know, I'm a data guy. I love to see these types of charts." But you'll be able to see if the last 3 months, the last year, what kind of air quality you've had in that room, you know, what kind of temperature quality or humidity quality you've had in whatever room, the basement, for example. And that can help you probably save with bills if you want to maybe, you know, maybe I need to change my HVAC system. Maybe I need to do this or that. I think that's a really cool thing to have all in this little app, which is great.
We love data.
I do. I'm a nerd.
Well, I don't know if that makes you a nerd. It makes you responsible.
I don't think nerd is a bad thing. I'm proud of being a data nerd.
Having the information,
Yes.
right? So you can make the best decisions for sure.
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely.
All right, what do we have next, Seb?
I'm going to show you right here. See, right there, it tells you exactly what we have next.
Oh, I'm just loving the ice being made over here.
Right there, it tells you what we have.
Okay, yeah. So we have the dehumidifier, and is that one?
No, that's the one that we.
Oh, yes.
That's the Big Mama.
That is the Big Mama. So we don't actually have this one, but this one is fantastic. This is like for larger spaces. This one here you can have for over 4,500 square feet. And this one even comes with the hose that,
Sorry.
He just wants to show you his ice maker again.
Red light. What does red light mean?
Red light means that it is full and we
ice.
need to take out some of the ice, pop it into the freezer so it can make some more.
Or it's going to melt.
Or it's going to melt.
And there you go. Anyway, sorry. I'm very happy with that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, like you were saying, a dehumidifier for us is, and for most people, we use them in closet spaces, in basements.
So yeah, we have two main spots in our house. Like thankfully for us living in the Caribbean, like dehumidifiers are not really necessary.
No, not a thing. Yeah.
Exactly, unless you kind of have a leak. And we do have, you know, we went through a major hurricane and we do have issues with one of our bedrooms. It's actually Seb's daughter's bedroom. And it just, you can kind of see like after she's had her air conditioning running for the evening and then when she turns it off and then throughout the day, like the walls just kind of get wet and damp and it's ruining all of her posters. So having a dehumidifier in there is absolutely fantastic. It's something that you can just like, you know, run when you need to. And then they do have, this one in particular does have the 2-gallon bucket so that if you don't want to attach the hose, like, cause you can run a hose from the back.
I think the hose is fantastic.
The hose is fantastic, but like not all people like, you know,
having a place to drain
that, right?
Yeah.
So if you do have easy access to put that drain, thank you. He's giving me my ice back. If you do have a place to drain that, obviously that's definitely something you're going to want to use, because if not, like the one that we have, the smaller one, you know, you constantly have to pull out the bottom and then dump it out. But again, 2 gallons is fantastic, obviously, and it will auto shut off, this one here,
so it doesn't overflow,
because you don't want that overflowing, right? So that is obviously very important to have. And this one, as I said, this is like the Big Mama. This one normally is like $299.99, and on Prime Day deal, it is 28% off, making this $214.99.
A lot of people have those basement or workshop sinks in their basements, you know?
Yes.
That's where you would basically drain it out and make sure that it's drained, or in a toilet, but probably those like sinks where, you know, we would wash like a pet, things like that, or in your laundry room. Put that hose there and drain all day long, and then you don't have to worry about it. And again, because it is a GoveeLife product, you do have the app, so you know, is it on? Is it working? Is it working overtime? Do I have an actual problem? And then do I have a leak maybe? And then we're going to talk about these leak detectors in a few minutes. So all these GoveeLife products almost all kind of like not only interact with each other, but like help each other out as well, which I like.
Yeah. Definitely. And yeah, you can't go wrong with the auto shut off, but also having everything on your app, being able to keep an eye on everything. Of course, you know, you can't go wrong with that.
And despite being such a big unit, it is on rollers. So it's very easy to just roll in, roll out of any room. So you don't have to lift it up. You don't even have to lift it up with a 2-gallon full of water. You just roll it out and then just empty it.
Yeah. For sure. So if you are in the market for a dehumidifier, honestly, we are huge fans, clearly, of GoveeLife products. So I would definitely check it out, especially with that Prime Day deal of 28% off.
Man, Prime Day. Woo.
We love Prime Day.
This is a good day. Good day to be shopping.
It is a good day. All right. So we're going to see what we have next. So this is the 3-pack water leak detector. So Seb has that here. He's going to grab it. We have all kinds of little like products here to show you. I love how tiny tiny these are. I know, and the fact that it comes with a 3-pack, so obviously you can put it in, you know, different your 3 different spaces, and then of course the main thing with this would be attaching it to your app, being able to control everything.
Yeah. So this is 2 things. I mean, yes, controlling with your or getting the alerts on your app, but it's also, even if you're not running it with an app, it will, if you're in your home, it will be extremely loud when it gets wet. And the cool thing is I've seen people, and this is what we're going to do in our basement, is just place it where pipes are, where maybe a filter is or something like that, and where you might have a leak, something that might be just like a pipe that might eventually leak, or you've had a leak there before. You want to make sure to be alerted so you don't have any kind of water damage everywhere. You put this, literally, look at this. The battery is internal, it is fully waterproof, and you'll see in a couple of seconds the prongs. I'll show you the prongs really close so you can actually see the unit itself. Let's see if you can see it. There we go. So those here right there are the prongs that if water touches, it'll alert you. And the cool thing is there's prongs in the back as well.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So that actually is, I mean, that's a great thing because you don't want to just have water here and then it's like, well, what, or
waiting
water,
until it gets like inches, right?
Exactly,
like
exactly.
That's, yeah.
So that's the cool thing. Again, one single button, and the button there is to stop the alarm, but also to configure this whole thing, this whole setup with your phone. Now, before we go even further, a couple of different things a couple of differences between the big units we just talked about and these smaller units that we will be talking about now. So all these detectors, all these thermometers, hygrometers, and all that by GoveeLife need a gateway, right? The ice maker, the purifiers, they do not need gateways ever. They just connect to your Wi-Fi and away they go onto your app. Now, this one here, if you look at the pack, of course I've got 2 other ones because this is a 3-pack. But in here, of course, I don't have the gateway because it is plugged in. Every gateway, every single unit of the or different type of products will have gateways. Now, some gateways will be able to have multiple devices on them. So you'll be able to have one gateway that will have your thermometer, your fridge thermometer, your meat thermometer, all in one gateway. So you might not need to do what we're doing right now for demo purposes, have a bunch of gateways plugged into your house. Sometimes you'll just be able to just have one, and all that is explained on the app, all that is explained on the product pages as well, and to see what gateway works with what. But at least when you buy these products, they all come with gateways, which is nice.
It's not like a separate product, which
Exactly.
is super nice
Exactly.
for sure. Yeah, and then as Seb said, like these are definitely, I mean, we've kept them up here because obviously we knew we were going to be talking about them, but we have like not a normal basement. Our basement is kind of like outside the house and all of our main pipes run through there. And last year or 2 years ago when we had that leak and we had no idea.
Yeah.
Because we never go in our basement, right? So like we had no change in water pressure. We had no idea. And here where we live in the Caribbean, like water is super expensive. So then we just get this massive bill and we're like trying to figure out what is happening. So now we're looking around for a leak and our basement was leaking and like with the pipes in the basement. And we literally had no idea how long it was leaking for. So having something like this would have been like such a huge game changer for us. So this is definitely where we're going to be keeping them. I do have a question because I actually have no idea. Like, so for the gateway, how far away can they be? Does that matter?
It doesn't matter because doesn't matter as long as it's your Wi-Fi in your house, right? Okay. So it's as long as you're under that mesh of your network, you're good to go.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So yep.
So let's try. I'm not too sure if we're connected still, but we should be. So I have some water here. Let's see if actually it's going to look like. Oh yeah, I got some water here, and I'm going to should be able to. Okay. It is extremely loud, as you could probably hear. Probably super annoying with these mics. It's very, very loud, and as soon as it obviously alerts, it alerts on your phone. The cool thing, this is really nice, and I'm sure you're going to be impressed.
I'm already impressed.
Wait. Okay. The cool thing with this is you could set it up on the app, because you doesn't mean that you're necessarily always on your phone or always on your, you might not be always on your phone, or you might be, anyway, it doesn't matter. You could set it up that it sends an email every time it alerts. So you could have like, can you send an email to the caretaker of or someone, a neighbor maybe? Boom, sends an email.
Like if you're on vacation or something like that, if you're worried, like if your pipes are going to burst, like in winter time or something like that, right? This is a big thing. We have friends, their basement flooded during winter because their pipes froze over and they were away and they had no idea. And I mean, you come back to like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage, whereas if you would have caught it right away, then you could have turned off like the main water.
See, email alert. Boom. And then receive the email. You can add as many emails as you want,
to account,
and then send to the account email as well.
It's pretty cool. That is fantastic.
And I think that's something that I would have not thought of that, but GoveeLife did. So it's pretty cool.
Think of everything. That is awesome. So yeah, I mean, I feel like we've kind of covered.
You know what else?
Bases.
Another
we have not.
good spot to put these, and I'm going to talk to Todd about this, is in your filter room by your pool room. Maybe you've got a pool section where your filter is. You're not often there. You might do maintenance here and there, but oftentimes you'll get some leakage, and that's the start of something problematic for your pool. Boom. Yeah. And you can get some alerts. I think this thing is great.
It is awesome. Definitely. They are going in our basement when we don't need to show them here on the stream. That is definitely where they are going to live because, definitely don't want any more problems. But yeah, awesome. And as we keep saying, and you'll hear say it again and again, their app is just absolutely fantastic. Just being, I just feel like it kind of gives you that peace of mind. In this case, the other machines, obviously it's fun to have it, the ice maker on the app and whatever. But something like this is like legitimate. Like this is like
it's like you said, yes, it's something.
Peace of mind.
And I'm sure, and I guess I don't know, depending on where you live, I'm sure your insurance will enjoy you having these things as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Yep. All right. Up next, the GoveeLife digital meat thermometer. These things are awesome. Okay, so I have to say, I am the chef in the house.
Yeah.
Except I am not the barbecuer. Seb is the barbecuer, and he does have his steak down to perfection. You don't need the thermometers, but when we have a bunch of people here, because everybody likes their steak cooked differently. Like my mom likes her steak like super well done.
Not only that, but some people, and I mean, you're extremely lucky if your barbecue or if your grill has the same heat zones everywhere.
That's the other thing.
So if I've got 8, 9, 10 steaks to cook on the barbecue, our barbecue is all over the place in terms of heat zones, right? So
when it's just the two of us, it's like
when
perfection.
It's the two of us,
you're good.
It's easy, no problem. But then use these specially on the zones where someone's going to be like, I need it rare, and someone's like, no, I need it like done or almost well done. Okay, well, those are very extreme differences, and also super interesting because you're also able to, it also is able to basically tell you, take it out, because by the time you rest it, it will get to the point that we're all looking for.
Right.
I love that. So it's not going to say, it's done, because we all know that when you take it out, by the time you serve it, it's still cooking. But this thing knows exactly, it will tell you, okay, if you're looking for medium rare, take it out now, because in 5 minutes, it'll be done. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. And this is what they look like. I love this kind of, this little case. This little case is the rechargeable case. So these prongs come out. This is what you literally will put into the meat. And if you get on their product page and click on the carousel, you'll see probably one of our videos where we actually use these and actually bring and insert it into the meat. You've got a bar here, and I'm going to try and show you a little bit closer so you guys can actually see this. I'm going to see if you can see it. That line right here. That line is where you want to enter and get it all the way in for the meat, because to be able, I'm on the water detector there. Visual meat thermometer. Because if you are not, it's not going to give you the proper reading. So bring it all the way in. Then you're going to get two different readings: the internal temperature of your meat and the ambient temperature outside. Now, some people, like me, The ambient, I don't care about. I care about the internal because my grill is open most of the time. I'll close it just a couple of times if I want to control some stuff. Most of the time, it is open and all I care is internal. If you're smoking though, if you're smoking your meat for 6 hours, you care about the ambient temperature, right?
You want to make sure it's like hot enough.
And you want to make sure that it's constant as well,
exactly.
right? And then you'll be able to get a proper reading. Of course, I say of course, we've tried other digital thermometers like this, and they work with apps just like the GoveeLife one, and I think they're fine, they're good. But this one goes a little further because, and I'll show you why. When you turn on, I need my glasses. There you go. When you turn on the actual case right here, whoops, so it's turned on right now, you've got a really cool display, and it's going to be hard to see. Let me see if I can show you the display. There we go. I'm going to go on the side like that. So this display, I'll take this off, and as soon as I take it off, it's going to start calculating. So Michelle's going to hold it. Now it's at 84, right? I'm going to just dump it in our ice machine right now. And oh, it's going.
Yep, it's going down.
Yeah, it's going further
79.
down. So right now it's going down on the ice. As you can see, it is going down 64 and going down quick. It's an ice, right? Perfect. I'm going to take it out and check this out. I'm going to be right here. It's at 57. It's still going down because it's cold. I'm going to hold it in my hand and check this out. 63.
Oh, look at that big jump.
68.
Yeah.
So how incredible.
You're getting like that real-time data, like
it is
seconds.
Fast.
Like it just.
The reading is super fast. It is extremely sensitive, which I love. And it is, like, yes, I can use my phone for even more data, more information, but having this.
That's so easy.
So cool.
Again, the fact if you don't use apps, if you're not techie, they have this right here displayed for you. Because again, so many people, like my dad loves to cook, my dad loves to barbecue. My dad doesn't know how to use a phone. You know what I mean? So using an app, are you kidding me? But again, someone who is techie, amazing to have that extra feature.
Because the extra feature is, well, this is nice. The app will also give you, like I can say, I'm cooking I put this into a filet mignon, and I put this into a sirloin. And it's going to give me the proper cook and the proper thing, da-da-da-da.
So you can program all of that in the app, whereas on this
This is just numbers. Of course, if you know the meat temperature ideal for you, then you're good to go. The other cool thing, again, a little bit like the magnetic scooper, I love the fact that this whole thing is also a magnet and literally will magnetize and stick on a barbecue, which is really cool. It's not just going to lay around and might fall. It literally will just, and there you go. I can show you. See? Just like that. That's
so cool.
Not techie, but it's practical, and I love that.
I mean, it's kind of techie.
A magnet? I guess. I don't know if it's practical.
Okay, fine. It's practical.
It's practical.
Yeah.
But and I love the little case. The way it's just sleek. It's nicely designed. It's not too heavy, and the case is the charger as well. So whenever you're not using them, whenever you put them back in, they charge the prongs. They last for hours, which is nice. What?
So I'm laughing because.
Why are you laughing at me?
So Seb has used this. Keep this here for a second, please. Seb has used this multiple times, but it still lives in a box. Seb has this thing where he can't get rid of boxes. He loves to keep things there, and I get it. Like when he really loves something, he doesn't want it to get ruined, so he will keep it in a box.
Like I've got so many.
Like he's got so many things in boxes, and like I had to just like throw boxes away when he wasn't looking because like again, it just makes it bulkier. Like it's not needed, right? Like it's in a really nice case, but he's like, what if the case gets scratched? So I'm just laughing because he keeps his prized possessions in their boxes. So clearly he loves this. It is still in the box, and he has been using it because he's been testing out like different meats and cooking ones that I've been buying all kinds of different cuts that I don't normally buy. So he's been playing around with it, and it's right back in the box. I love it. I love that for you. Safety. But this, so if you have, guys, like this deal right now, if you have someone who loves to barbecue in your life, their birthday's coming up, you know, buy it for an early Christmas present. Well, hold on to it till Christmas, but normally $99.99. It is 30% off, making the $69.99. Honestly, this is such a fantastic and like amazing gift for that person who loves to barbecue in your life, because, you know, it's probably not something that they'd buy for themselves. Maybe they don't even know about it, but it is so cool and just like so practical.
Yeah.
It is awesome. Big fans, definitely. All right, up next, so we have...
well, we can talk about this quickly.
Yes.
Obviously.
So this actually, as we have mentioned, we live in the Caribbean, and GoveeLife did send us this product. We actually haven't received it yet. So it is the thermometer like we have, but now we have 4 probes, because you can also get the single probe.
Single probe,
we clearly
duo.
were just talking about the duo, and then now you can also get the 4 probe as well, which I think is really awesome.
And again, we're talking about, like, people are going like, wow, there's not 4 people. Like, that depends on what you want. Like, even if I had if I'm doing a roast, you might be doing 2 different prongs on the same roast because it's so big, it's so thick, it's got different areas. And again, if you're cooking on my barbecue, I definitely would need more than 2 probes just because of the different heat zones and things like that.
We have an old barbecue.
Yeah. But the nicest thing, and again, it's true for the 4 probes, the dual one, and the single one. The nice thing with the app is the recipes on there. So if you are doing, you know, a roast again, and you've got, you know, the thickness, the weight, and you punch that in, and you let the app know what's going on, and you go start, it will literally tell you 2 hours from now, check your meat. It will tell you exactly. It will alert you 20 minutes before to, okay, well, juice it up and then take it out. All based on recipes. It's super, super precise. I love that. As you can see, the actual up and down of temperatures, it's extremely sensitive. And again, it comes in a really nice package, and a nice box, in a nice rechargeable case. Just like the dual one, just a little bit larger to fit in all 4.
And as you can see, like if you were to click on it, like and go to the product page, you can just see that same thing. It will show you the different temperatures on the top as well. But again, I do really think the hero of this is the app. You know, just being able to be so precise depending on what you're cooking, I think is really awesome. So this 4-pack is normally $149.99, and Prime Day deal, it is 20% off. So now you're at $119.99 for this beautiful 4-pack, and yeah, honestly, cannot go wrong. We are excited to get the 4-pack. Oh, I don't know if you know this, so sorry if I'm throwing this out to you and you don't know. Will you be able to like connect the 6 of them? Like it would be a different app? We're not
on
too
the
sure.
app?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the same.
Yeah. It'll be
the app,
same, right?
you could buy 3 4-packs.
There you go.
12 probes will be recognized by the app.
Yeah, so then it would just all be kind of in the same.
All you need to do is, and that's the thing with these probes, is that, I'll show you, is that you have
numbers.
I don't have the number, but I do know when.
You're not wearing your glasses?
No, I'm not wearing my glasses. But when you're using it, you can actually number them on the app.
Oh,
so
okay,
probe
okay.
1, probe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
While you're doing it, when you put.
And then it's like, okay, well, so probe 1 is in my fillet over there, or in the pork is going to be probe 2.
Right.
All of that can be, and it's all setting it up properly on the app. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Yep.
Perfect. So yeah, definitely, as I keep saying, fantastic gift for the griller in your life, for sure. All right, up next we have another ice maker. So this one here, again, another fantastic countertop ice machine. It is summertime. If you are anything like me, we need that ice in our life. So this one here, same thing. You can control everything, you know, on the top. You can also do it through the app as well. This one it's also the bullet ice, and in 6 minutes, you know, you're going to get your...
Same, yeah. It's the same as ours. So it's like, 6 minutes, you get your first 9 ice cubes, and you've got the different size of ice cubes as well. The only thing that sticks out to me are 2 things. The design, all silver stainless steel on this one, and it's a top design. This one here has a lower type of, like the plastic comes down lower where the basket is.
Yep.
And the RGB lights that are programmable on this one and are not on that one. I remember Doug and Nikki. Doug was saying something that's really, really smart, especially in summertime, in an RV. It's a great way to, like, you know, have extra ice, or your only way of getting ice sometimes, you know. In an RV, it would be fantastic. You're on a camping site, on a campsite, to have that as a, you know, just to be able to make some cocktails or have some, have some ice, because we all need ice.
We all need ice. And so normally $159.99. This one is currently 31% off, making this $109.98. So again,
both are super portable as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the thing, ice machine. So we go to a friend's place, you know, having a pool day. We bring our ice machine because they don't have one. So we're thinking, you know, for their Christmas gift, we're going to be getting them an ice machine because, again, we love the fact how portable it is, and it's become kind of like a funny joke that we're like, oh, Seb and Michelle are bringing their ice machine, but it is that portable. It's easy just to pick up, and again, as soon as you get there, 6 minutes, you get your first batch of ice.
If you're at your house, at your friend's house or whatever, we're there for at least a couple hours. We got a bunch of ice made.
Exactly. So it is perfect. So yeah, super portable. Again, I know it sounds silly, but it makes a fantastic gift for someone who doesn't have one. It's just one of those things. I feel like it's one of those things I didn't know I needed until I had one. Do you know what I mean?
Like, you know why? Because
I've always made ice. I've been a huge ice freak. Always, it's like if the ice trays were empty, I would get mad. It's like, and then you
would also do something else. You would actually, Michelle would empty the ice trays in big Ziploc bags and keep the Ziploc bags in the freezer to have more ice at all times.
I'm obsessed with ice. Like, it's a little bit strong. I just love it. Needs to be cold or else I can't drink it. So yeah, and I would go to, like, John and Karen. We have friends, and like I'd get to their house and their ice trays were always empty. And the first thing I would do would like fill up their ice trays, and they're like, "You're so weird." I'm like, "I love ice." So again, having something like this is just having that continual ice is just, it just brings me so much joy, and I'm sure it's true. It's true, you know. And so again, if you love hosting, especially, I think that it's a
cheap Christmas gift. Like, here's some ice.
Well, I have a really good one now, so I don't need one. But again, if you are looking for one, we have two really great ones here with GoveeLife in the carousel. Feel free to click on either of them. If you have any questions, of course, let us know. But we are huge, huge fans.
Yeah, just the nerd in me is a bigger fan of the all black one with the RGB light. I just like that. But both of them are app controlled. Both of them do the exact same amount of ice and speed quality of ice as well. So it's a question of like a little bit of your own preference, obviously.
Like, do you want the light? Do you want that blinding red light in your eye?
Blinding? Excuse me?
But again, I think it is cool. It's a visual showing me now, oh, let me scoop it out, put it in my little Ziploc, put it in the freezer.
Oh, the other thing too is both of them, their compressor is really not, like a lot of people go like, how loud is it? Like if you're in an RV, it's not that loud. Mm-hmm. It doesn't go like, it's not a wiring a like it doesn't
continuous crazy. Yeah,
it's actually quite and it's fast, and when it's done doing its thing, it shuts off itself. So it's got an auto shut off as well. It's not just running continuously.
Yeah, great, awesome. All right, up next we have another air purifier. Let me move some things.
This is my favorite because of the design.
The design on this is quite beautiful for sure. Seb took my ice away again.
Yeah, I did.
I know, he wants to make sure I don't spill. Okay, so we've got another air purifier, and man, oh man, check out this beautiful design. How cool is this? So modern. I mean, I feel like so many of the air purifiers that we have ever had have all been like the first one we talked about, you know, kind of that square design. But having this like cylinder, look how cool this is. Oh, and Seb just turned it on. Look at that beautiful blue light. It's hard to tell, but you can kind of see it right there. We've got that great blue light around. And can you actually change that? I can't remember.
You can. You can change the light, but I just started the smoke machine so you can see. Now you can actually have a better visual than the last one. Look at that. We've got not too good. It is orange, as you can see right here. That means it's not green.
And up at the top too, look.
Yeah. So it's not green, it's not happy, so it's working overtime to make sure that it gets all these components out of the air so we can have a proper purified room, which is awesome.
That is really cool.
And it tells me exactly how much it's doing per seconds, per meter. Yeah. So I'm going to go And this is on auto.
On auto, right.
So as soon as it's done on automatic, as soon as it's done and it realizes and the sensor goes, the air around here is good to go, it'll go back to being automatically on the quieter side. Right now it's
actually
whizzing.
working,
Yeah.
and yeah, exactly. So we should leave it on just to see
Yep.
while we talk about it, just to see if it, like, I don't know, I'm not sure, to be honest, how long it takes.
I don't either.
So I guess we're about to find out, because
I've never tried it with
slowly-
smoke machine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, slowly the smoke machine, the smoke is kind of like dissipating in here. So I am wondering if by the time we're done talking about it, did you hit turbo?
Nope.
Oh.
See, it's adjusting itself and going like, oh, I feel this, I feel that. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to change the colors just so you can see. I can go on to a little yellow. I can go red. I mean, purple. I love the blue.
Seb puts everything on blue.
Yeah.
He loves the blue.
That teal blue, the
teal
turquoise.
blue, yeah.
But of course, you can use any type, or you can use zero color, like zero light, right? You can completely turn it off as well. You can put it on a timer. It does have a filter life, just like the other one. My thing is,
I'm just backing away so that the sound isn't like right on the mic.
Yeah. My other thing is that it's something that looks
It's
super futuristic.
so
and
neat
so
looking.
nice.
And this actually will cover more space than the other air purifier we talked about. So this one will cover up over 1,100 square feet, which is fantastic. The other one was just over 1,000 square feet. So, oh, did you do that?
I'm just...
Okay, I was just wondering, because I'm just like super interested, because the smoke machine like is slowly dissipating. Like every time Seb puts it on, I feel like my vision is kind of blurred, but now I feel like I can see a little bit better. So I'm just interested to know if it's, you know, while we're talking, like kind of how long it takes, like if it will just, you know, kind of calm down.
An hour ago when I was testing it, we had a proper, and now it's this. It's the charts,
Yeah,
all
charts.
the
It's
data
all-
is pretty cool. It's really nice.
And so right now, so normally, guys, this is a fantastic deal. Normally, this is $129.99. This is currently 38% off, making this $80.26. I mean, honestly, as we keep saying, beautiful machine right here. Really easy to control. Seb, as you can see, is doing it right here from his phone. But of course, up here on the top, you have all of those buttons, all the controls right there. But, you know, of course, the one thing that you'd be missing from your phone is all the data, which is really nice to be able to kind of track that and, you know, kind of keep that just to kind of know about your air quality in general.
And it does also, we're going to leave it on. We're going to leave it on while we're doing other things as well. It does also smoke, as you can see, pollen, pet hair, odors, which is nice, and the filter is all here. So the filter, like Michelle was saying, it's 360. So you've got more of that intake all over. So it's a lot quicker and a lot broader as well.
Mm-hmm. And I do love like the when you can put it on auto. Like you can just have it and turn it on. You can have the turbo, whatever. But when it is on auto, it's just going to auto sense that, right? And so again, as soon as Seb turned it on, he had just put on the smoke machine. So it was like, oh, and then it's just kind of trying to purify that air.
I could show it to you, but I will basically tell you, particles per cube meters, when we started, the smoke machine was over 900. Look at it come down.
Now it's at 483.
483, 40, 464. It's coming slowly down.
Right.
So it's going to go green when it deems it safe and healthy. So now it's still, look at that, still going down.
It's still going down, and it's kind of funny because the picture, you can see it turning, and it actually kind of looks like particles are just being sucked into it.
I'm going to try and show them.
It might be a little bit like blurry or hard to see. But there's little like black specks too.
Look at it going down, 310, 294. So the smaller number, the purer the air. So that's what it's doing right now live.
That's so cool. Yeah, I wish you would, but yeah, when we did first turn it on, it was 900 and something.
Yeah.
And then now it's just, and I don't even want to say it's slowly coming down. It's coming down quite quickly.
Yeah, it is coming down fast.
And you can see the difference in the room. We no longer are like choking on smoke.
And as you can see, it's on auto mode right there, the A. 180, look at that.
Look at it go. So I wonder, is it just going to get to 0 and then it's going to go bing, it's going to go green?
I mean, I don't think 0 is a normal, like it's always going to be something.
Very true. Yeah,
right?
very true. That is a good point. I'm just interested.
Now we're like, everyone's like on pins and needles going like, okay.
I'm like watching, what's it doing? Very cool. But yeah, also, yeah, Seb read all the things. I mean, pet hair for us, you know, having one of these because our dog sheds so much. And pollen, of course, right now, you know, spring, summertime, that pollen is all over the air. Dust, right now, we're having issues with the Sahara Desert dust. So everything here is very foggy, very, you know, very dusty indeed. So having one of these.
Look at that. Now it's yellow.
Oh.
108. 106. That's slowly. Now the air is purer.
And it changed on the machine as well, by the way. So the power button, there was a red light rimmed around the power button, and now it is yellow. So obviously it is then going to go to green. This is so cool to see live. I feel like when we, you know, were testing it out, I wasn't here when
we were outdoors.
We were outdoors,
it's
which
harder.
is different.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Oh, look at it go.
So let's figure out what is green. What is deemed green, right?
I mean, as you said, it would be strange for it to be 0 because how could it ever be at 0?
Like, it could never be 0. Let me just go back and we'll go back when...
We'll come back to check it out when it's... But yeah. And so, as I was just saying, so the light at the top, remember when we first saw it, it was green, just the little rim here on the power button. It was red, sorry, and now it's...
And we're not talking turbo here. This is just normal.
This is normal. This
it's
is
not
automatic.
Going crazy.
Yeah. So you could have, when it went red like that, you could have hit turbo.
Just to get it
and it would have gone a lot faster.
So if you're cooking, for example, put it on turbo. Get those smells, get those odors, get those, I guess, whatever particles in the air out of there as quickly as possible. If there's anything, if there's a window open during the day in a child's bedroom and you come in and you're like, I want to make sure that the air is okay, bring it in turbo. Oh, there we go.
So now it's not green. So now it's blue. So now it's just, I think, this is meant to be like regular.
Now we're
like
good.
You're good to go.
Now we're happy.
So that was at
70.
At 70. As soon as it hits 70, we are happy. We're no longer stressed. And this even went a little bit quieter.
Now it's maintaining.
Yeah. So there you go. As you saw that live. You saw that working. You saw we turned on the smoke machine. It was covered in smoke here, and it has now just taken out all of those impurities.
Yeah.
This thing is awesome. It's so cool to see it on the app in real time like that. Very neat.
Yeah.
Awesome machine. Definitely a must-have.
And look at that, 38% off. I know you talked about it already, but that is a crazy low Prime Day deal. Definitely get your hands on one of those. Yeah.
Are we keeping it on?
No, we can turn it off.
Okay. I thought I'm still watching the numbers. It's like, how low will it go? But I feel like, as you said, it can't be at 0.
No.
Because, I mean, no air is like 100%.
But we're talking from 950 to 64. What a difference. And now it's like...
In matter of minutes. It doesn't feel air. Yeah, now we've got rid of all that gross smoke. We're good. We can breathe.
Now we can breathe.
Now we can breathe. Awesome. All right, up next, what do we have? So we have the 36-inch tower fan. So this is actually the one that we have. So when we were showing you before, that one was the other model. That one was the 42-inch. So this one here is the 36-inch tower fan. We did kind of go through all of the features, but if you're just joining us now, we will quickly go through this again. So depending on what size fan you're looking for, both the 42 and 36 are quite similar. These ones here, again, you can control through the app, but if you are not super techie, obviously you have all of the buttons right here up at the top. I know for me in the morning, it's super simple just to kind of walk over and turn that on, but I absolutely love having the app because we keep this in our living room. And if you are, I go to bed in the bed and I'm like, oh, I want to turn off the fan. I don't have to get out of bed. It just feel that. I'm getting blown away over here. No, it is awesome. It is so powerful. And the one thing I do love about it, it is not extremely noisy.
No.
We have had fans in the past that, when you want to get that really nice breeze going on, not only are you getting blown away, but it is so loud. And because we keep these in the living room, it's quite distracting, if you're trying to watch TV or something. So the fact that you can have so much power and it is not making me deaf.
And it has
fantastic.
8 different speeds.
Yes.
So you really can dial it into whatever speed you want. And speaking of customizing, you can also get this in the white. So we do clearly have the black, but they do have the white, which is, if you've got something that you know, you want a fan that kind of like looks the part or maybe hides into your decor, then you have the black or the white. But yeah, we're big fans of this one.
And again, you can control it on the top. You can use your app, or you can also do voice control.
Yes.
So if you have Alexa or Google, or you can just go ahead and program that, and just, hey Alexa, turn
because
on the fan.
all these devices live on your network, are basically just like it's IoT, Internet of Things, right? It's all these little apps that. Or that little app that will control all these devices, and that's live in the now, guys. This is 2025. This is what we want.
And what is the, I'm just checking right now for this one. So as I said, this one is the 36-inch. It is normally $99.99 on Prime Day. This is 34% off, making this $66.49. I mean, honestly, steal of a deal for a tower fan. This, of course, is oscillating as well. This one you can also put on like sleep mode, so it's not disturbing.
And it's also light enough. If like we've had it on a bench or like on a piece of furniture, if you want it higher up, you can. It's very, very light, very easy to just move around as well, and it's and it's easy also to assemble. It's only the pedestal, or kind of like the feet or the foot base that just needs to like clip on and twist on, and then you're good to go.
Yeah. It is awesome. So again, either this one or the 42-inch fan, you cannot go wrong with either of them. Both are on really great Prime deals today. If you are looking for some fans, highly, highly recommend for sure either one of these.
Yep.
All right, up next we have the thermometer. This one here, again, it is in that nice little pack.
We don't have those.
Oh, we don't have this one.
We have another one.
Oh, we have the other one. Okay.
So, and we'll talk about both, obviously. This is the one we have. We have the one with the little screen.
Got it.
With the little display.
Yeah.
Basically, what these are, they call them refrigerator thermometers. What I like to think is you can put this anywhere. You could put this in the laundry room to make sure that temperature is okay. You could put this in an HVAC room if you are afraid of temperatures going too high, or in a server room if you have a business and you've got a bunch of computers, you don't want it to go too high, or maybe if the AC fails in a server room, you will lose a server that can cost thousands and thousands of dollars. If you have a sensor like this, then you're good to go. The one that we're talking about here in the carousel does not have the screen like this one here.
I think is the next one. Am I
The next
correct?
one.
The
Yeah,
next
the next
product is what we have
Yeah.
here. So we'll just touch base on both of them.
Yeah, exactly. But they work essentially the same. You do have a long cable prong. So if you wanted to actually squeeze this into a refrigerator door or to a sealed door, maybe a humidor, you got expensive cigars or expensive bottles of wine in a cellar.
Wine cellar, yeah.
You want to have this like that, and the actual emitter. In this case, you've got the little display. But in this case here, on the carousel, the product that we're featuring now does not have a monitor, but will connect and alert you on the app, of course. So that's a really nice thing to have, especially if it's out. Like, this thing is nice because it has a magnet. It will magnetize on the side of maybe a commercial freezer or maybe a basement freezer. You can see it and you go, okay, it's at 20 or it's at 30, it's frozen or blah, blah, blah. But the other ones, maybe it's in a basement, maybe you just want to have, you don't need the visual aspect of this, you just need the monitoring aspect of it, then I would suggest you going with the thermometer with the alarm, because this will also alert you if you tell it, listen, this cellar cannot go over 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right. So you kind of can set your own
you set your
points where you're
parameters.
like,
Your
parameters.
threshold.
Thank you. Where you're like, okay, you need to alert me if it goes below this or above this, and then it will alert you. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then whereas obviously the one with the screen,
You can still do this with this one.
You can still do that, but it's just like you visually at all time, basically just kind of take a quick peek. But with this one right now that we're talking about, I'm assuming like you'll just open the app and then it's inside the app and like you'll be able to see those numbers. So this one here, so we'll jump over to the next one because that's actually what we have. But this one here it is the 2-pack. It is normally $39.99 and it is 24% off, making this $30.39 for this great Amazon
2-pack
Prime.
with the gateway. Comes with the gateway as always.
Yes, yes. As we mentioned before, if you're just joining us, one of the things we do love about GoveeLife products is that a lot of these products do need a gateway, and many other companies will make you purchase that separately, but this actually comes with it, which is fantastic. So then now jumping over to the same product, but the one that we actually have here with the screen. So this one's really great. This one you can actually see the temperature right there in real time.
Put your fingers on that and let's see. Look at it.
So, look at it's going up. So 83, 85. So it was at like 80, 89. Woo! 92. I'm on fire. So yeah, that is going up in real time. So question.
And then, yeah.
Why does this look like it would be plugged into something? It's not. It's just kind of like, because you can go either way. So, but if I had this in my fridge, would I just like put this anywhere?
So this is how you do it. This is where you actually have this little thing. You coil it.
Right, so you don't, I love that you have the coil, so you don't just have this like string dangling all over the place.
And then it ends up going, I want to do it quick, but of course I would coil it all.
You'd fix it better, of course.
And then
goes up.
Goes in here like that and stays like this.
Okay. Oh, so there's like a little notch where you'd put the string and it goes through.
Am I eventually going to get there?
Yeah, I know. So it's not just dangling.
Yeah, so then this is it. And then you can literally put it anywhere inside. The fridge door will still be sealed if this comes out. And then
it's not too big.
This literally will just live outside of your fridge and then just magnetize as we talked about, just like this. As you can see, magnet, boom.
And again,
one press of the button on the side will change Celsius to Fahrenheit really quickly. So that's a nice thing to have as well.
And obviously, as you had mentioned, they are calling it like a refrigerator, but it's not necessarily just.
You did it with your hands. Like right now, it's doing the ambient temperature of anything.
Okay.
Anything.
Okay.
Right.
And then, because I'm also just seeing here like hot tub and whatever. So like.
The reason why, sorry to cut you off. The reason why they're kind of harping on the fridge, hot tub, pool, because this is waterproof. This can be dipped inside of your pool if you wanted to, inside of your tub, right? So you can do that.
Okay, and then this, because like your hot tub obviously like isn't the metal, so you wouldn't have that magnet. You could just like lay it somewhere on the side. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the reason, and they're just great little products, great little devices. The screen is big. It's super easy to to read it on. Let's see. Because I have it somewhere. I gotta see where I've got so many.
The app, I know we have so many things on this app. We clearly we are huge fans of GoveeLife, so being able to have all of this in your app.
So look, you're gonna hold it like this.
What am I holding?
You're gonna actually let me do it like that, just so they see the app. I think the app is always nice to have. Hold this to the side like this, so we can see both. So 27.3, 27.3. And I'm going to hold this prong right here, and you're going to see both go up. The app takes just an extra second because it needs to communicate to the network, but look at that.
Nice.
It just goes up and up and up and up. And I could literally dip this in if I wanted to. If I wanted to dip this into the ice maker, it's all wet. It's no problem whatsoever. It can get wet. And then it would just dive that number, obviously.
Very cool. So as Seb said, not just for fridges, but this would be really, I'm going to test this out on our little mini fridge. I'm convinced that thing is not cold enough. We have like a little mini fridge that we keep our sodas in, and like I always go and grab one, and I feel the need to put it in the, well, maybe it just has to do with my love for ice, that I need everything super, super cold, and then I always end up putting it in the freezer.
She takes it out of a fridge to put it back into another fridge.
And then I pour it into a glass with ice. Make it make sense, people. I don't know. Sorry.
So you try that later. Perfect. And then put it back in my box.
And then I will put it back in the box. Okay. But yeah. So if you are looking for one like this, I am a huge fan of the screen.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I like being able to see that. But if you don't care about the screen, if you're going to be all about the app, then obviously either choice you definitely can't go wrong. This is the 2-pack, which again does come with the gateway. It is normally $69.99. And this beautiful Prime Day sale, it is 30% off, making them $48.98. So you get 2 of these and the gateway.
Now, hold the press, you can also, if you don't want to spend that much, you can also just get one.
Okay, there you go.
Some people will be like, why do I need 2 sensors? Maybe you just have one location.
Good point.
And one sensor is still, the one sensor is still at 30% off for $34.99. So that's
there you
a
go.
little bit of a saving as well.
Nice to have that option if you don't need both. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, good point. Because yeah, maybe you're just concerned about your fridge and you want to keep an eye on it.
Exactly.
Or your hot tub or whatever it may be. I do like the idea of like, you know, a wine cellar or something like that, making sure everything's at the right temperature because you don't want that wine going bad or
because also like
humidor.
Even if, forget the app, but like at a quick glance, you're not always on the app. I get that, but at a quick glance, you just be able to look into your wine cellar or your humidor, and you see that big screen there, that nice, and you're like, I'm good.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. Our next product that we have here is the pool thermometer. So again, we are all about keeping, checking on temperatures, making sure everything is the right temperature. So this one right here is super cool. And this is just going to float around and bob around in your pool.
I love that they actually thought of putting this. At first I was like, why? But this is a great little rubber bumper to make sure that, because it's going to bump around and float around your pool, and some pools have, you know, those rocky edges and maybe like that, you know, that could damage the plastic. Well, not here, because that's all they're gonna bump in, boop, and go around and around. It does also come with a string. It's in the box. Obviously, I'm not gonna show it. It's just a string. You attach it here. If you wanna maybe just have it by your ladder, or your, you know, whatever hand, like the handlebar or whatever, you can attach it there if you wanted to. We've tested it. We just like threw it in the water, bobs up and down, and goes in. Of course, waterproof. Yeah. Now, the little thing that you need to know is does have a really cool screen at the top, which I like because you can just like, again, the app is there and the app is fantastic. But if you're like, I just want to go up to my pool and look down and see what, you know, see the temperature. Or maybe you're swimming in your pool. Yeah. You don't have your phone. You want to tell, hey guys, it's at blah, 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 right? That's awesome. So that's one of the big things. The sensor is at this side right here. So the sensor here, that's the little prong here that needs to be in contact with water to give you that reading. And when you do start it out for the first time and connect it with your app, with your gateway, which does come with it, by the way, you will need to open this up. It does have batteries here that are interchangeable. Of course, you can change these batteries because obviously this whole thing does not get charged into a system. The batteries last for a really long time. But you press on that black little button, 3 seconds. 3 seconds while the app is running, it will recognize the gateway, will recognize and add it to your app, and that's it. That's as simple as Govee makes it. GoveeLife makes these things super simple, and then make sure that obviously it's sealed back. And that is it, guys. It's so fast. And yeah, I've tried it with, you know, icy water, pool water, hot water. It will read really quickly. As you've seen, these devices have extremely focused and extremely detailed and precise monitoring devices and monitoring like gauges, basically. They work incredibly well, incredibly fast. And I love the way it looks as well. I think it looks cool.
And these are really great, obviously, because you can also use it in an aquarium. You know, so if you need to be careful, like if you have certain like fish species and things like that, they need a specific temperature.
So for an aquarium, I'd probably use the one that we just talked about before.
Yeah, definitely, because it's a lot smaller
than having this
bob around. Yeah. But I mean, some people have those massive aquariums. Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I think it just kind of depends on what you have. But yeah, so you can. So this one right here, so that comes with the one gateway and one sensor. It is normally $45.99 and it is 35% off, making this $29.99. But maybe you have a hot tub or an aquarium, or maybe you have 2 pools, you know, you can also get the pack with the one gateway and 2 sensors, which is normally $59.99, but 20% off, making the 2 $47.99. So just depending on what you are looking for there. But yeah, it looks really cool, very modern. As Seb said, you just kind of chuck it in the pool and it's going to bob it around. But yeah, on the side here is just kind of like protruding this little piece, and then that's where you would attach the string if you want to just kind of keep it on your ladder. Because yeah, if you are wanting to check daily and not wanting to use the app, and if it's in the middle of the pool, you kind of have a problem. You're like trying to look over and see the number up at the top. But I do love, I know it's really hard to see because we have so many lights, but it is a really nice screen up here at the top. So like it is, yeah, maybe if you do this one here, There you go. Yeah, you can actually see it is very large, very easy to read. So if it is just kind of attached to the ladder, it's easy just to kind of glance over and check out that temperature of the pool. And I feel like as Canadians, we are always talking about temperature and usually weather. But I mean, I think it's really funny that we're talking about all these thermometers and, temperature gauges, because it's just, that's what Canadians love talking about.
So now we can call our parents and be like, hey, did you know the pool's at whatever, 85?
Your mother will love that, because when your mom had her pool, she would tell us the temperature all the time.
Yep.
She's like, oh, I can't go swimming today because the pool is, but they had a heated pool and it was a thing. Anyways, I love it. I think it's hilarious. It's very Canadian.
Yep.
But yeah, so if you do have a pool or as a hot tub or a very fancy aquarium, thank you. I was just thinking I was very parched. Having one of these is absolutely fantastic. And with this Prime Day deal, you cannot go wrong.
And I just want to say thank you to obviously people that have been commenting, people that have been smashing the like button. That's a really nice thing to have.
Thank you.
So over 1,000 likes on the stream. We hope you guys enjoy it. We hope we're not done. We've got a few more products to go. But yeah, if you are watching us on another platform, make sure to click on the link in that description to get to GoveeLife on Amazon. Make sure to follow them, because they will be having a lot more streams, a lot more Prime Day specials during this week, because Prime Day is 4 days.
4 days, you guys.
4 glorious days.
Awesome. Exactly. So what do we have next? What are we talking about? We have another water leak detector. Do we have this one on hand?
Yes.
We do, yes. So again, if you were here with us a couple minutes, well, maybe 20 minutes ago now, because I like to talk a lot, we were talking about water leak detectors. So this is something very similar. Again, I love the look, very sleek, very, modern looking. I love that they're not massive. When you think of a water leak detector, you think of like this big machine, but being able to have these and place them in multiple areas, I just feel like is so easy to do and just, fantastic. So this one here, this is the 4-pack.
This is a 4-pack. Right? This is what I will be doing, and I know that they've added this for this reason, because you can literally take the number them, and then on the app, I could say, number 1 is number 1. So then I know, because you're not going to have them in the same location.
Right.
One might be in the shed, one might be in the garage, one might be in the basement by the water tank. There's the other one, so you want to be able to obviously know which one is alerting you at whatever time. But same thing as before. I'll show you this in just really close up. So this is what it looks like. You've got the button to stop the alarm, of course, and to also set it up on the app. And the prongs are in the back this time. So this one here, as you can see the little feet that just give you just a little bit of protrusion, you would literally put it down like this, and as soon as water level would go up, and this is what this one does. So this one is not a water leak detector on both sides like the one previous one. This is perfect for when you are concerned about literally water pooling somewhere. Yeah. So maybe by your washing machine or whatever, like in the back of your washing machine, put that down, and you know that you're covered. And this thing is great. It does have a sensor at the top though, so I guess if it would rain on top or be wet on the top, but these are the sensors that I'm mostly will be detecting.
You know what? I'm like just looking at that, and I'm just thinking of like, you hear these like stories of people like accidentally overfilling bathtubs or sinks or something like that, like having these like just on the floor in the bathroom or like in your kitchen, we experience
maybe for like an elderly parent,
but even for us, like we experience so many water outages, right? So this happens, and not just here, it happens around the world. But how many times have you like gone to turn on the water and we have no water, because again this happens to us, and then you just like forget to turn off the tap because I was like, oh, there's no water, and then you turn around and you do something. There have been times where you come home, or like I walk into the room a little bit later, and now like the water is just coming out of the spout, and like thankfully we don't have a tub or anything like that.
But what if it was, if you have drainage problem?
Exactly, and then now you have this massive leak from something just so silly, and so having something like this I would have this just like safe
at the bottom of the kitchen sink where our trash is.
And that's the other thing.
Where we have leaks.
We have another leak in our kitchen. Our kitchen is super old. We need to upgrade it. So we often leak underneath, and I don't don't know that till I go and grab something and then all this water comes out. So having one of these on the floor behind, because as Seb said, like this is, you don't need a lot, I don't get a lot of water back there. We get a little bit and it's like the perfect
this is
amount.
not even a millimeter.
No, it's just like, exactly, you have a tiny bit of water and then this is going to sound the alarm, right? And so, yeah, I do think, it's great to have that just, you know, in, as you said, an elderly home or just your own home if you have like leaks around.
So this one here, the minimum is a 4-pack because it is great for like a house that would have multiple places. But you can even get a 6-pack.
Oh, nice.
And I think the 6-pack for a family home, you'd find 6 places to put this in.
Definitely.
Sure.
So this 6-pack is normally $119.99 and it is 33% off, making it $79.99. But the one that we have here, the 4-pack, is normally $89.99 and it is 33% off, making this $59.98. So remember, it is a 4-pack, but it does come with 5 things because it also comes with the gateway, which again, many times that is not what it comes with.
I'm not going to sound the alarm because it is very loud. You've heard it before. It's the same type of pitch, same type of decibel. But one thing that I want to remember or remind you is that it does will alert on the app and also will do email alert as well, which is, again, fantastic if you're away or if you want to make sure that maybe someone's taking care of your house, that they are alerted, or your neighbor or a parent or family member. Super important.
Yeah. Awesome. So again, really great to have just kind of around the house, and a steal of a deal on a Prime Day, 33% off. Cannot go wrong. All right, what do we have next? We have the smart, I don't even know how to say that word.
Hygrometer.
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 So this, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Where's my hygrometer? Is that the one? Because we have multiple hygrometers.
Is this the right one? The hygrometer. I'm working on being able to say that word.
So, why would you use a hygrometer? Do you know? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just
humidity.
Yes, but so what about it?
You don't want humidity, so that's why.
Or maybe you do.
Or maybe you do. Right. Well, exactly. Depending, but you know, so you would either use a humidifier or dehumidifier.
So I used to work in a cigar lounge / bar restaurant and all that. And we had a huge humidor, and old school humidor, thousands of cigars. Obviously, you can imagine the value of these cigars inside. A little bit of discrepancy in the humidity can have literally bugs growing in there, and they will destroy the entire
mold.
A mold for sure. So we didn't have these things. That would have been fantastic. We had readers, like little dials, literally, and you would have to go into the humidor, look at the dial, and and then you'd be like, okay, let me figure out how much more water, how much packets of humidor packets you'd have to add, and blah blah blah. This would essentially do the same thing, but the nice thing about it is that what I would do is you could literally put this in one of the humidors or cellars. Sometimes cellars also have to have the humidity for the cork that is kind of like more dialed in or proper, precise. But you put this in one of the drawers, or even just on, hang it anywhere, or not even hang it, just take it out and just put it on one of the, wooden planks. And it will give you, without you opening up the humidor, will give you proper humidity control, proper temperature control as well on your app, which is incredible. And you don't have to be in the location.
Right.
It's off the network. You can be anywhere. So to me, that is one of the most important things, especially if you're, a cigar enthusiast, aficionado, and you love your cigars. But I'm thinking also musical instruments.
Which we have a ton of.
We have a ton of. Thankfully, most of these here are electric guitars. Electric guitars tend to not need humidity control unless you have a 1968 Fender Strat, then please control it. But if you've got classical music instruments, string instruments, wood instruments, obviously, super important to keep them in a controlled environment, and this will exactly do that. We'll give you that number, and then you just play with it. That's it.
But I was going to say, like, in general, like, you can also have these in a bedroom, right? Like,
Sure.
I'm thinking of, like, you know, Mia's room where we're having that issue.
Yep.
It is good to know, because I do feel like when we use our dehumidifier, for a few days, I feel like it kind of controls it. And then we just, like, forget about it. Forget to, like, turn it back on, right? So then having something like this to kind of alert you, to, like, remind you, like, hey, you know.
Well, and that's, you just said it, alerts you when you've read, once that thing has reached the threshold. Let's say you're like, I don't want this to be at an uncomfortable 60% humidity.
Right.
Or I want it to be always under 30% humidity because maybe you've got, maybe you've got nosebleeds or whatever. Like, I know, I get, okay,
Yeah.
well, that will be on the app as one of your alerts, one of your reminders, and you're good to go. Then you have complete control, complete monitoring control.
Yep, for sure.
Which is nice.
Yeah, and it is.
And they're small.
Yeah,
They're
they're
so
small, and it is a 3-pack, so
Yes.
you can have these in different areas. And of course,
There's also
as
a
we keep,
6-pack.
there is also a 6-pack. But as we keep saying, it also comes with the gateway.
Yeah.
So if you are looking at this 3-pack, it is normally $74.99, and this is 52% off for $35.99. So if you are wanting to kind of keep control of the humidity in any kind of room, any space, honestly, this is a steal of a deal and highly recommend.
It's a pretty niche product, but if you need it, this is definitely something you'd want to get because it's absolutely precise, and you'd be able to chart it as well with the data to be like, oh, summertime, I wouldn't need a dehumidifier here because I can see the spike or blah, blah,
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
It's nice, to get those charts in the app,
Yeah.
just to be able to
Yeah,
check
for
that
sure.
out. Yeah.
For sure.
And then I think we are on our very last product. So up next we have the mini air purifier. So this basically is the smaller version to this big bad boy that we have here. Works very similar. And yeah, I mean, if you were here with us, you saw how that worked. As we keep mentioning, GoveeLife has a fantastic app. You just kind of connect that. One of my favorite things with the air purifiers is just putting it on the auto mode. If you were not here and you missed it, we have a smoke machine in here, and Seb turned on this air purifier, and as soon as it turned on, the light turned red, and then on the app it was just kind of like, hey, your air is not great right now, I need to work. And then it actually like turned itself on, and then it literally just got to work. And then we literally, if you missed it, you can go back and watch it later, it just started coming down. It was in the 900s, and then as it was purifying the air, it was just slowly moving down,
900,
down.
It's basically 900 particles per cube meter, which is crazy how it's like so precise.
Yeah.
The other cool thing about this thing is that also this one does aromatherapy. So it does have, not this one here, but the one that we're talking about, the little one, will have a pad where you can actually put in, and we've seen those in humidifiers before, never seen one in a fan before, where you can actually put in
the essential
4
oil.
or 5 drops of your favorite essential oil, and it will create this aroma therapy throughout the room, throughout your house, with this little portable fan. Which is nice.
So having, a smaller, like the mini air purifier, this is really great for like a bedroom or an office or a small space.
Or a bathroom.
Whereas a bathroom's a good one. Didn't even think about that. Whereas like the bigger one that we have here, as I keep saying, this is the bigger version to the one that we're talking about. If you want some more info about this one, feel free to ask us, or, you can check out the stream when we're done. We did talk extensively about this one, but this one is really great for just smaller spaces, right?
And I want to harp on the fact that it's small spaces for sure, like Michelle said, but it's also powerful. As it it's small, it's a smaller package, but GoveeLife, it doesn't do anything halfway, because it's like you're not. You want to get that power, you want to get that air moving and that HEPA filter working. You do have 3 different speeds, 2 different modes. You've got your automatic mode with the sensor and all that. So it does work. Obviously, the bigger one will work great in a larger room. But like Michelle said, in a bathroom or a smaller bedroom, that little thing is
all
going
you
to...
need. Yeah, you don't need something massive if you're just looking for one smaller space, for sure. And this one here is normally $49.98, and it is 35% off, making this $32.45.
And also comes in black or white as well. We kind of feel like we're getting a lot of white products.
Yeah.
We've got a couple black back there. We will be talking this in the stream very soon, I believe tomorrow.
Yeah, we're actually, we first of all just want to say thank you so much, you guys, for joining us on this stream. And if you want to catch us again, I believe we're streaming for GoveeLife on their platform tomorrow evening at 10 p.m. So
after dinner, if you want to chill, if you want to relax and watch some shop and shop.
Prime Day sales, obviously, as you can see, literally everything we talked about today was on Prime Day deal, and they are fantastic deals. Of course, it's only July right now, but now is a fantastic time to start stocking up on those must-haves and, any kind of gifts as well. But thank you so much for being here. Again, my name is Michelle.
I am Seb, and we're so happy to be sharing with you this GoveeLife stuff because we've been using GoveeLife products for a long time, and to be able to collaborate with them, they're a great brand, a great company. They make incredible products, and we use them, we love them, and I hope you guys too.
Yeah, we hope to catch you guys soon. Take care.
There, guys.
Bye.
Govee, making life smarter.